McCain. Senator, on another Sunday talk show, General Colin Powell has just said that he's going to vote for Barack Obama. He says he meets the standard of being a successful president. He says that Senator McCain is unsure about how to deal with the economy, and he does not feel that Sarah Palin is ready to be commander-in-chief. Your reaction?
Well, I've always admired and respected General Powell. We're longtime friends. This doesn't come as a surprise, but I'm also very pleased to have the endorsement of 4 former Secretaries of State, Secretaries Kissinger, Baker, Eagleburger, and Haig, and I'm proud to have the endorsement of well over 200 retired Army generals and admirals, but I respect and continue to respect and admire Secretary Powell.
Just briefly, though,
Sure.
One of the key lines of your campaign has been that Obama's not ready to lead. Here is Colin Powell saying he is.
Well, again, we have a respectful disagreement, and I think the American people will pay close attention to our message for the future and keeping America secure.
If Barack Obama is elected president with bigger, and it looks likely that that's what's going to happen, Democratic majorities in the House and the Senate, how will things be different in this country by the end of his first term?
Well, we know that the Majority Leader, Harry Reid, and Speaker Nancy Pelosi are already planning on new big spending packages, tax increases already. So I think you'll see another spending spree, and I think taxes will go up, and I don't think that it will be good for America. I think we could drive, and of course, as we know, protectionism is not good for America. Senator Obama believes that in many ways, certainly when he said he wanted to unilaterally renegotiate the North American Free Trade Agreement. So I worry about the economy of the country, particularly at this difficult time.
You say that Obama's tax plan amounts to welfare because he'll give refundable tax credits, in effect checks, to 40% of Americans who don't pay any income tax now.
Federal income tax.
Right.
Yeah.
Obama points out that no one will receive one of these refundable checks if they aren't at least paying payroll taxes, Social Security taxes, and your health care plan would also give these refundable checks to that same 40% who don't pay income taxes, federal income taxes. So if his plan is welfare, isn't yours?
Well, it's because the difference is that we need to provide, it's a fundamental requirement to give people the chance to have affordable and available health insurance, or the option is to go into a big government program such as we have in Canada, in England, and others. Americans right now are without health insurance. They need to get it.
Let's talk about the first 100 days of a McCain presidency. You say that it would not be politics as usual in Washington. Be specific. What would you do in that first 100 days to show there's a different sheriff in town?
Reach out to Republicans and Democrats alike, make sure that everybody's included in any plans and programs, and obviously getting our economy back on track is the prime and first and 10th through 10th challenge we have. Sit down across the aisle, outline an agenda that we can work together on. That's been my record of reaching across the aisle, working with Democrats, putting people in position of responsibility that are the best qualified, whether they're Republican or Democrat alike. The approval rating of Congress even sunk lower under Democrat majorities in House and Senate. They are ready now, I'm convinced, because they're patriotic Americans, to sit down and work together. That's the key to it. The key to it is working together.
But Senator, you just talked about the Democratic agenda, and you call it a far-left agenda. I think you'll agree the Democrats are likely to increase their hold in both the House and Senate.
Afraid you may be right. The Democrats had a majority in House and Senate when Ronald Reagan came to office in 1981.
But given how
he sat down with Democrats and Republicans together, and they worked together, and we turned the American economy around rather dramatically.
But given how different your agendas are on the economy, on health care, on taxes, on foreign policy, wouldn't there just be more gridlock?
Ronald Reagan's agenda was very different from that of Tip O'Neill's. Yet Ronald Reagan and Tip O'Neill sat down together across the table and sat down and worked out a way to save Social Security for quite a period of time. Americans are ready for that. They want it. Every place I go, Well, it's not just every place I go, but it's very clear Americans are tired of the gridlock in Washington. They want it broken. I will give the Democrats and Republicans a seat at the table, and we'll work together. The gridlock in Washington hasn't prevented me from working with Ted Kennedy and Russ Feingold and Byron Dorgan and Carl Levin and many others. It hasn't kept me from working for the common good with them. It won't keep me from working with them as president. Only this time, obviously, I'll have a more direct connection with the American people.